basketball season in East Lansing. We come to you live from the Breslin Center, where number 23 Wisconsin is taking on the 4-3 Michigan State Spartans. Two teams coming off a victory, one team a full week in preparation, as Michigan State last played last Tuesday in a victory over Georgia Southern. As for Wisconsin, coming off the biggest win of the season over number 3 Marquette, Tom Izzo.
And talk about how they had to get on the defensive boards against a Badger team that's known for sending 5 back. Physicality, the name of the game tonight, and toughness going to be a factor all night long.
Wisconsin uses that size to take the opening tip, get it inside for Crowell early. They'll play through him in the post. Hepburn, who's been such a presence for this team at point guard the last 3 years, will run the show. Nice deflection with 12 on the shot clock. Get it in for Wall and let him go to work against Cooper. Wall back to the basket. Hook shot, no good. Rebound, back tap, and Walker claims it for the Spartans. Starting with Hoggard, Aiken, Sissoko, and Cooper. Malik Hall questionable for this game. We'll see if we do see him. On the other side, it's Hepburn, Klesmit, Storr, Wall, and Crowell.
This matchup right here, one to watch. Max Klesmit normally draws the top defensive assignment. He's going to have his hands full tonight with Tyson Walker.
And Hoggard turns it over on the deflected pass, trying to force it inside to Sissoko. Wall just controls so much of this offense for Wisconsin. Fingerprints are always all over this game. Corral hands it off. Klesmit had the huge first half in the win over Marquette. Hit 5 threes, a lot of them heat check. Storr gets rid of it. Half the shot clock gone now for Corral. And Hepburn will reload. Draws 2. Corral outside. Capable shooter from 3 and shows it off to get the scoring started.
He's just his 6th attempt on the year. 3 of 5 from 3 in the perimeter.
It'll be interesting to see what Wisconsin does offensively against the 2 big lineup of Michigan State, with both Cooper and Sissoko in there. Both tend to play in the interior, especially defensively.
It's going to be a lot of pick and roll and a lot of pin downs for these Michigan State guards. Malik Hall, the one guy that can score with his back to the basket.
Walker can't tie it on the second chance. Sissoko on the offensive board, and he rips down the rim.
Talked about the Badgers getting on the offensive glass, but there, Monty Sissoko is giving a great effort, going up, making a play. Those are the types of plays they need from him.
Maybe get out to Crowell. That's back-to-back triples for the big man.
He just hasn't shot very many of them, but first game of conference play, Stephen Crowell coming out locked and loaded.
Averaging 11.5 points per game, 8 boards to lead the team, shooting 63% from the floor at 16 and 8 in the win over Marquette. Couple minutes into this one, first Big Ten game for both these teams. Walker on the dribble drive, averaging 20 points per game. Great pass to the outside. Aikens can't make him pay. Hepburn initially couldn't claim it, then squeezes it, and no real numbers will run some offense. Hepburn forcing the issue. Around it goes. Crowell thought about it, and now the reload. Hepburn from downtown.
Bottom. What a start for
Hepburn. 2-man game with Crowell. 13 to shoot. Hepburn bounce it inside. Crowell attacks. Can't finish. Great defense there by Hall to force the miss. And now a second chance for Wisconsin.
But look who it is, though. Tyler Wall and Stephen Crowell have been men on the offensive glass. Michigan State, they've got to check out every time.
What a pass. And A.J. Storr will shoot 2. Wisconsin team is one of the better teams in the Big Ten.
Well, and with the way they finished, the very talented transfer, and I will say, Noah, this is my first time seeing him in person, how deep Wisconsin is this season.
Made 69 threes as a freshman. That was a program freshman record, as Hall gets a touch in the short corner. 13 to shoot. He bangs with Wall back in the game. Had it stripped, got it back. 9 to shoot, still working with it. A little high, but handled by Fears. Up and under. Puts it in, and the foul. Creative by Jeremy Fears, Jr.
Tyler Wall whiffed, but still, nice cut by Jeremy.
Out there, along with Asijan, Blackwell, and Klesmit, who brings it up. This is what Greg Gard has really liked out of Klesmit this year, his ability on the ball as opposed to the off-the-ball threat he had been coming over from Wofford last year.
How good was he against Marquette? Those 5 threes in the first half, major league shots, and you're going to need more of that tonight.
Leave it. On the drive, Gilmore stops, bounce. Blackwell's going to have to make it happen. Inside for Crowell. Right back to Blackwell. What a finish.
What a freshman.
Turnovers apiece as Hepburn gets back out there for Wisconsin. And while here's Hoggard on the drive. Stops, feeds, Walker. It's been quiet so far. Cohen Carr, another impactful freshman, is out there for the first time. Around to Holloman with an open look. Money.
It looked like his season was just going to programs. I certainly think of the lack of turnover. You know, Michigan State's had 2 coaches in 40 years. In Wisconsin, since what, 1999 or 2000, it's been Bo Ryan and Greg Gard. And
Hogard had been playing better the last couple games, 13 points per game in his last 4 to go with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Inside for Crowell against Sissoko. He wants the clear out one-on-one.
Look at how these guards, they're digging down. Tyson Walker really making Crowell feel uncomfortable there.
Storr delivers. He really shot it well as a freshman. 16-point lead eventually cut to 1. And when we talked to Greg Gard this morning, he said, well, the next progression in all of that, it's great that we settled in and we had the poise to win the game down the stretch. The next progression, we can't let the teams get back in the game.
To keep the lead. No question about that. And A.J. Storr, man, you can see the talent.
Hall gets rid of it. Walker inside Cooper. Has really developed his offensive skill set. Akins had it stripped by Klesmit. Gets it back with 10 to shoot. Walker can finally get on the scoreboard more than midway through this first half. To the rim, up and under, spins it through.
That's where Tyson Walker has been.
20 and a half a game. Winter on the pump fake. Gilmore, no hesitation.
You can tell Michigan State is okay with Carter Gilmore shooting shots from the perimeter.
Hall on the cross. Evades. Nearly had it taken away. Open look, Akins. Rebound and put back. Carson Cooper, right place, right time.
That's what he does. 14 offensive rebounds over the last 5 games. That shot from Akins, not close, but give Carson Cooper credit for just hanging around that rim and making a play.
Oh, the blur to the bucket. Chucky Hepburn, too easy.
It's hard to help when you get burned that badly.
Walker had it stripped, and then Cooper fouled on the way up. This game. And that's always a double-edged sword. You can work on things, which you don't.
Thought was because Tom Izzo's ball club seemingly on these weeks where they have a lot of confidence that they're playing with right now, and certainly the start they've had shooting the basketball will always take that in the road in Big Ten play, and they have answered the call here early.
Fears leaves it. Walker right to the bucket for 2.
That's the action that they've got to find for Tyson Walker. They love bringing him off those pin downs. Chucky Hepburn just never able to square the ball up, and it's Tyson Walker all the way to the rack.
Hepburn on the reload, 17 on the shot clock, working against Walker. Star guard against star guard. Hepburn, lob it inside, great feed, and the finish from Nolan Winter. Crowell back out there for Wisconsin as Hepburn weaves his way through the defense, probes through, fades. That's his patented shot. It's sent away by Cooper. 10 to work with. Lob it inside. Crowell on the mismatch. Way too easy.
Well, he had Jeremy Fears down there, and Michigan State in a little bit of a scramble mode off that block. That's recognition by Chucky Hepburn to see he's got Steven Crowell. They've got to get it inside, and that's exactly what he did.
Wisconsin up to 8 points in the paint. They've gotten a lot from the outside. Pull up, pop right down the middle. And Hogard back out there for Michigan State. Here is Akins on the bounce for Hall. Backing down Gilmore. Hall turns, fires, connects.
And that's his deal right there. Malik Hall loves when he's in the post to get to that turnaround jumper. Just gets contact, gets to the body of Carter Gilmore, and does his thing with the fadeaway.
Gilmore. Lob it inside. Crowell with a great catch. Tough finisher. It may have been blocked from behind by Hall. Recovered by Carr. Now Michigan State wants to run. Down by just 7. Hogard loses it. Great play by McGee. And here comes Blackwell. Back to McGee. Large furnish. And then the follow putback. It goes down for John Blackwell and just kind of calms the crowd.
Like bodies everywhere. You're right. Kamari McGee just laying it on the line and forcing a turnover. And there's John Blackwell. So often you see right place, right time for the freshman, not assuming that layup is going down and getting a bucket in transition for the Badgers.
Hall, bounce it. Hogard attacking. Here, Cooper on the screen. Akins, 15 to shoot. Attack mode for Akins on Crowell, draws the defense.
How active is John Blackwell? He's just everywhere seemingly on both ends.
Hogard's going to go one-on-one against McGee, forces the jumper, puts it in! Well all year on the offensive glass.
That'll drive Tom Izzo nuts. The smallest guy on the floor. I want him stealing a possession for his ball club.
McGee glances at the clock, 7 to shoot. Cross on Carr. Swing it. Gilmore. Kick it. Crowell, another three. Yes, sir. Final 45 seconds of this first half. Hepburn just using his body. Lobs it inside for Crowell. Working on Cooper. Floats it up. Too strong. And the rebound comes down to Hall. 2 for 1 taken by Wisconsin, and then they take it right back on the steal. Klesmit jumps the passing lane.
Jaden Akins just gets caught on that baseline, nowhere to go, and great job by Max Klesmit of cracking down on that baseline dribble drive.
Wisconsin will take the timeout. 21 seconds remaining.
Guard class that the Big Ten has of guys that have just worked on their game in the summer and made big-time improvements.
Shot clock turned off. Wisconsin will hold for 1 here out of the timeout. Hepburn against Hoggard. Off the screen from Crowell. Shields, kicks, store, pump, fire, 3-ball. Yes! He buries it at the buzzer. Wisconsin will go into the half with an 11-point cushion, 34-23.
This is much to cheer about. Where's the transition? Where's the rebounding? Where's the ball movement? And give Wisconsin all the credit. I mean, they came in here and punched Michigan State in the mouth. But I'm sure that the paint was peeling off the walls from Tom Izzo there at halftime.
A little matchup zone for Michigan State, and it works to perfection. Hoggard stays with Storr, his first miss of the day. Now numbers the other way. Hall starts the second half. Back to Hoggard all the way to the rim. Hangs and hits. Entirely. Mentioned that Hall started in the second half. He didn't start the first half, but Trey Holloman, who started the last game, the win over Georgia Southern, is out there with Walker and Hoggard, meaning Akins is going to go to the bench.
I think Tom Izzo is just searching for anybody to come out here and compete.
Crowell is fouled. Great look by Klesmit on the bounce, and Crowell the beneficiary.
Talked about that in the first half. No, that was a lot of ball. Malik Hall, certainly, that's where the foul was, and that's
63% from the floor. He does turn it over nearly twice a game, but he's been really smart in how he's played so far today. They've been loading up when he's gotten the ball on the inside and certainly making them pay from the outside on the offensive end. Re-extends this to an 11-point Wisconsin lead. Walker the jab, the fire. He's got it.
Boy, now Tyson Walker goes down.
He's going to get up, try to walk it off. Looked like Hepburn got a little close on the closeout, and yet Walker still finds nylon. They need him to step up.
They do, and he has battled injuries all season long, also illness. They need him on the floor, and those pin down actions is where they can really find him and get him to go to work.
Walker came in dealing with a hip issue in the last week of practice. Hepburn hooks it. Crowell with 10 to shoot over to Storr. The drive. Oh, Storr, it's pretty.
He is just in attack mode. This is what I want to see from Michigan State, though. Even if it's just a probe, get yourself in transition, find that initial thrust, but Malik Hall and his struggles continue shooting the basketball.
Wall back on the bench for Wisconsin. We'll see if he can re-enter the game quickly. Hepburn, low dribble. Can't get to Crowell, so he'll reset now with Storr. Half the shot clock on. Bounce it. Crowell, beautiful look, and Crowell, the excellent touch. Tyler Wall back on the floor, as is Blackwell. Walker on the drive, gets inside, and he just sneaks it through. Halves this year.
Nice
Crowell.
pass.
Oh, he tried to yam it, and he had it blocked at the summit. Here comes Michigan State with numbers. Walker slows. And a 5-on-5 once again. Hoggard, no hesitation. Got it. Splash from downtown.
Only 14% from three on the year, but there A.J. Hoggard stepped in and shot that thing with confidence.
Pumping up the crowd on the defensive end. Back to single digits. Wall. Klesmit forces, had it blocked on the outside, recovered by Blackwell, goes up strong, and he's fouled. Blackwell heads the line. He's an 86% shooter, and he's looked composed so far tonight.
And he's been composed every game I've watched of Wisconsin. I just think you look at John Blackwell, he is around the basketball, he makes plays, he defends, he rebounds. There's a lot to like about his game, and there's a reason he's been on the floor so much for the Badgers this season.
Akins out there for the first time this second half. Hoggard now with 12 to shoot. Cooper sets the screen. Carr, one dribble pull-up. Not necessarily his game, but that looked pretty smooth from Cohen Carr.
I think Wisconsin will be happy to let Cohen Carr shoot 15-foot jumpers, but give him credit right there, stepping up and making one, giving him that jump shot.
Essegian, that's why he's on the floor, and he does make the defense pay. Nylon from downtown.
That's a big shot for the confidence of Connor Essegian. Just 3 of 17 from 3 coming into tonight. Oh, crackback play. That ball goes inside, and they are pinning Essegian into the ball.
Hoggard finds Walker. Can he continue to cook? Step back, Jack. Cans it from way downtown. Can't hit on the leg. Shot clock delivery from the corner. Walker the other way. Already with 7 points this second half. Akins around the horn. Hoggard another 3. Yes! Nails it! Blackwell aggressive, and he's fouled.
That's a play where Jaden Akins can't get turned down.
I go back to what Tom Izzo said. He said Wisconsin's one of the 3 or 4 best of assertion from him in the second half.
Well, and certainly Tom Izzo has talked about how he can't be one that plays through his perimeter jumper. Now tonight it's going. They need him to make plays for their people. They need him to push the tempo.
Walker, quick trigger. He's got it. Money for Tyson Walker.
It's just a simple pin down. Hepburn's a little bit behind, and Tyson Walker raising up.
Up to 14 points. Hepburn into the paint. Got caught.
Stopped by Walker, finding his way back and allowing that to be a shot in the paint.
Store over to Crowell. 7 to shoot. Wall's going to have to make it happen against Carr. Double team comes. Fade from the mid-range. Sticks it. What a big shot from Tyler Wall.
Anytime you've made Tyler Wall shoot a jumper from the post, you've done your job. That was good defense from Michigan State. Not exactly Wall's bread and butter, but he drills it right there.
Walker, same spot, same result. It's pure.
Blown off if that went down. Great look from Trey Holloman. He knew exactly where the hot hand was. Tyson Walker got a high-quality look right there from the right corner.
Now Wisconsin can look to settle things down. Blackwell, bounce pass, perfect for Wall. Slam.
He cleared it.
Storm, the jab, the drive, had it stripped. Hoggard got him. Here comes MSU the other way. Hoggard with a purpose to the rim. He's fouled. Feeling the energy.
Carried Michigan State's offense here.
In this one. And makes it a one-possession game. And a rebound, bear hugged by Crowell.
Just feel like with Hoggard, certainly he's made some shots tonight, but I feel like that's a win for Wisconsin if he's not going all the way to the basket. A little bit of a settle there.
Store, another deep shot, and this time he's on target.
He is certainly one of those guys where Greg Gard has talked about he's going to have to figure out how to play with this group, but he has no fear. He can make plays. Big-time shot.
Fearless to the rim.
That's been his deal. He has been terrific from 2 the last couple games.
Back to a 4-point game. Wall against Hall. Oh, give and go. Blackwell, he's fouled.
It's once again, Michigan State on these post-ups.
Akins, but the 5th team foul on Michigan State. So only
stealing some minutes leading into this under 8 timeout.
5 to work with. Klesmit's going to have to be the one to go. Working on Cooper now. Klesmit, 2 to shoot. Force up. Klesmit, no. Rebound, who else? Tyler Wall.
Since the Providence game, he has just been a force on the offensive glass. Almost 4 a game the last 5.
Grew up a huge Wisconsin basketball fan. He embodies everything this program wants to be. As Store gets the shooter's touch. Store leaves it for Klesmit. Wisconsin with a chance to push this back to double digits. Again, feels so similar to what they did against Marquette. Had their lead cut from 16 to 1, and Hepburn with a pump fake puts it up. No, comes up short. Rebound still up for grabs. Hepburn's the one who comes away with it. Store right to the bucket for 2.
He's made a couple, but That is not what he does.
Wall leaves it. Storr has been hot, as has Crowell. It'll be Wall instead against the freshman Carr. Using his body, his strength.
He wants to get back to that right hand.
And
There's
his experience.
And certainly getting to the rim is something he can do, but Michigan State needs points, and I assume they're going right to Tyson Walker on this play.
Hoggard. Walker trying to get open, and he does. Guarded closely by Klesmit. Walker on the pull-up. Money.
And that's a lead.
And again, another second chance opportunity. Hepburn, this is where he shines. Final 3 minutes of the game. Crowell left open again. He can't miss! Steven Crowell, a downtown assassin.
Scores 2 points. That they're just... But I didn't feel like they contributed in a big way to this win. And that core from last year, making the NIT Final Four, and I just think there could be some big things in store for the Wisconsin Badgers this season.
13 since then, up to 19 points on the night. Give him 20.
Malik Hall feeling under the weather. Energy for Michigan State was great. And they didn't move the pass.
Their front court really boasting that, feeling confident in that, and Michigan State didn't get a whole lot from Sissoko or block inside by Cohen Carr. Walker coast to coast, and he finishes. Tom Izzo called timeout with 58 seconds remaining here.
They've shot the ball better from 3 tonight. I'm just looking at their personnel, and it's like, man, Tyler Wall, good player. AJ Storr.
Klesmit, Hepburn, and Storr. And he will take the
guards
timeout.
aren't exactly like getting open for him, though. That was somebody group post-Providence. That was a wake-up call, and certainly these players have played so much better.
Klesmit got caught, and a foul. Looked like Michigan State nearly had him, and they're going to send a 93% free throw shooter.
Once you get to 5 fouls, it's done. Klesmit sneaking that one in. 45 from the field, 43 from 3, 100% from the line. That'll get it done on the road.
Fears leaves it. Walker splits the double, gets inside, and has it engulfed by Wall. And that'll just about do it. Wall will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 1-and-1 with 40 seconds.
Arizona, it's certainly going to be a tall task, but
23 coming into the night. First time they're ranked this season, this week. Wall just calmly sticks a pair. And for Michigan State, they'll go to Lincoln next before welcoming in Baylor after that. Final 30 seconds for Holloman. Can't hit from downtown. Long rebound, get it up ahead. And Michigan State will back off with the shot clock turned off. And Wisconsin firmly with this one in hand.
Well, that's a massive game for Michigan State in Lincoln. Nebraska certainly not the game they were hoping for Sunday against Creighton. They've got a massive one tomorrow against Minnesota. But for Michigan State, 0-2 to start the league, that would be a tough place for Tom Izzo's ball club to be.
It's final here in East Lansing. Wisconsin comes over to Michigan State's home gym and gets a win in their Big Ten opener. 70-57, the final score here from the Breslin Center. AJ Storr leads the way with 22. First 3-game winning streak here for Wisconsin as we send